Hey YouTube, welcome to Let's Get Into It with E and J. I'm E.
And I'm Jay.
My husband Jay and I have been together for almost 20 years. We are doing this podcast because we have had many priceless life experiences. So we feel our viewpoint is valuable. And no doubt we like to have a good time along the way.
Our channel is a different perspective on relevant hot topics of today. So basically something different.
So let's get into it. Hey YouTube.
Yo, what up? E and J back.
We are back at it again.
Another video.
Yes, as you can see.
Another PowerPoint presentation.
That's what we do. Yeah. This is going to be about the interview that Umar Johnson did with DJ Church Boy. This happened, I believe it was on Christmas Eve. And I know there have been a lot of videos made about it, but we wanted to put our perspective in, the alternative perspective.
This was the situation when he made the visit to Florida. What was the name? Start with a P.
Well, he was supposed to go to, I forget the P, I don't know. I can't even say what that is. He was supposed to be at
Pahomie, Florida.
Pahomie, some kind of event.
But this is what this is dealing with. But we wanted to give a special shout out and spread love to all the new subscribers, everybody liking, sharing, commenting on the videos.
Yes, we appreciate y'all.
We appreciate it. A lot of time and effort is going into these videos and PowerPoints. A lot of receipts.
Yes,
a lot of research. We putting forth, for our fans and for new listeners or whatever. So me personally just want to give another shout out. Some more shout outs to my man, Shane Foster. Sharon. My man.
Shane.
The homie, the YouTube mate.
Yes.
Site Perspective.
Okay.
Check her site out.
Yeah, she
Site
is awesome.
Perspective.
She
Check her out.
Such good mental health videos. She is awesome with that.
Yo, shout out to Site. Sherry Winokur.
Yes, Sherry.
All right, I'm going to butcher this name right here.
It's okay.
Flor de Polita.
Yes.
Sorry for the butchering.
It's okay.
Mad love to you.
He tried to say it, but she be drinking her coffee with us.
PL Lyons.
Yes.
My man. To make your wife laugh, just tickle her.
No, don't do that. No, don't do that. You're going to get scratched up. Don't do that.
She'll laugh for a minute, and then it'll get serious, and then you got to be like, yo, I'm just trying to make you laugh.
Yeah, no, he do that. I cannot breathe. If you want to make your wife laugh, just tell her something funny. Say a funny joke. Jason cracks me up, so he's just a funny dude, so I laugh a lot.
Tickle her.
Don't do that.
Gotta get an instant
that
reward you're looking for, dude.
You might get socks.
Also, Happy to be Nappy.
Yes, that's my girl. Yes, ma'am.
Eric Coleman. And my man Jermaine Jones. What up, 757? Appreciate your support.
Yes.
All right.
Shout out to 757. All right. Well, we are going to get into this video, this interview actually, that Umar Johnson had with DJ Church Boy. Okay, the name's coming up now. That's Umar Johnson. And that's DJ Church Boy. So, Umar Johnson versus DJ Church Boy. Here we go. All right, we're going to introduce DJ Church Boy. His real name is Albert L. Polk IV. He is the host of the WSWN Sugar 900 Gospel Morning Show. This is the platform that he used to interview Umar. And just another pleasant side note, he is happily married to Alexis Polk. So a beautiful couple there. Looks like they're wedding pictures.
Umar, where your wife at?
Yeah, I want to say that
Mr.
first.
Black Conscious Leader.
Yes, how about that? Mr. DJ Church Boy, Albert, is married to Alexis. They look super happy. I bet you that was a really great wedding. All right, now we're going to get into this interview. Let me just, I want to point out that this part of the interview has been deleted from Umar Johnson's King Kong Consciousness page. Obviously, he's ashamed of himself, or maybe not. But he didn't want y'all to hear this from him. I got this audio from DJ Church Boy's Facebook page, along with the previous pictures of his wife and him being on the radio show. This information is public, and it came from DJ Church Boy's Facebook page.
So anybody can look this up.
Yes, everybody can get to it.
We ain't pulling nothing out our asses.
We don't do that.
Public record.
Yeah.
No copyright infringement.
We don't want none of that.
So
yeah,
there you have it.
Check it out.
We need to stop going into the public domain, making politically irresponsible, dangerous, and ridiculous comments. Amber Geiger and the forgiving of white police killers is another public pronouncement we need to stop making. A part of forgiving killers before they've been convicted. First of all, you shouldn't be forgiving them publicly at all. Because by forgiving our killers publicly, we're creating a political atmosphere that makes it acceptable to kill black people. I want to say it again. We forgave Dylan Roof. Okay? We forgave, Michael Brown's mom didn't forgive. I don't believe Trayvon's mom forgave. Eric Garner's wife didn't forgive. But many of the rest of them forgave the killers of their family members.
So when you say publicly, what do you mean? You mean so
going into the public where everybody can see, i.e. white folks, going into the public, on the television, the radio, the magazine, the newspaper, going to the media, and making a politically irresponsible, ridiculous, and dangerous comment that's going to affect all black people. And I've just given you 3. 1, Obama don't have to do anything for us. Just be black. 2, we don't care if you ignore the law as long as R. Kelly goes to jail. 3, forgiving the killers of black people before convictions. When you do those things, that affects all of us. What happened right after they forgave Amber Geiger? You know what happened right after they forgave Amber Geiger? The police, I believe it was the police, it hasn't been proven, but allegedly the police assassinated the lone witness in the case. They killed that brother. They killed him. You know why? Because they're going to push for a new trial for Amber Geiger. And they want to get her acquitted. And they're probably going to win. You know why? Because even both of John's brothers say, I don't want you to go to jail. What kind of shit is that?
Well, let's look at it.
Mockery. We are condoning our own extermination.
Yeah, but let's look at it from a Christian point of view, because as you mentioned earlier, many of us.
I'm not going to look at it from a Christian point of view. I'm an African. I don't give a damn about no religion. Don't know religion. Don't know religion. No religion is that important that it is going to absolve me of a responsibility to look out for my people's best interests.
Yeah,
let me explain.
Yeah, but you might be missing the point right there, Dr. Umar, because
missing what?
Many of people's reality is made up of what they know, and that's.
But does that make it acceptable, brother? Does that make it healthy?
Yeah, but
does that make it beneficial to black people?
Yeah, but
I don't care about what their religion is. How is that benefiting us?
But look at your point of view as an African.
I'm pragmatic. Let me give you this point. I'm politically pragmatic. You know what that means? That means whatever you bring me, I'm going to ask you, how does this benefit black people? If you bring me a white wife, I'm going to ask you, how does that benefit black people? You bring me a gay black male, I'm going to ask you, how does that benefit black people? You bring me a Walmart and a Starbucks in a black community, I'm going to ask you, how do we benefit?
Oh my God.
So my man is just
okay.
Umar just straight bullying.
Yes, he's a big fat bully.
You know, cutting my man off.
Yes, he won't let him talk.
Forcing his views on my man questions. Won't even let my man really even cut in.
He won't let him respond. He won't even let him speak. Umar takes over the interview like the other guy is not even there. He just continuously talks.
It's almost like he got something personal against my man. How really he's just trying to dominate this conversation.
Yes, he's rude. He's just belligerent with his comments. He's like, I don't have to look at it from a Christian point of view. This is a Christian radio station. I'm a Christian. I'm the host. You need to look at it from a Christian point of view. This guy is, I don't know. It just couldn't have been me. I know if you come back at Umar like he come at you, he's probably just gonna hang up so you won't have an interview. But hey, don't let him speak to you that way. That's my point of view.
And for him not to be Christian or believe in religion, he damn sure stay at these churches and shit.
Yes, that's the point of this. That's the point of this whole interview. And we're gonna get right into it.
Just like when I was on the Breakfast Club the other day, I brought up the brother Byron Allen. How does him getting this contract from Comcast benefit us? How is he going to use this to benefit black people? You're telling me that they Christian, so I have to excuse the behavior? Hell no.
No, it's not that you have to excuse the behavior. It's that you have to accept their reality. Because just as you're an African. You're African and you pro-black. I
have to accept that reality.
Okay, but I'll let you talk.
And I will not accept that reality.
I'll let you talk.
I understand that. What I think you're saying is that's their narrative.
And it is. Their narrative. And it is just like being pro-black is your narrative.
Understand their narrative. And I understand their narrative. But the point that I'm making to you, how does that narrative benefit black folks? Because one thing I want to be very clear about.
It doesn't.
Absolutely clear about.
That's your narrative.
No individual, let me say this point. No individual black person, you, me, Botham John's brother, Botham John's daddy, okay? The people who want R. Kelly to go to jail and even if his rights get violated, the people who said Obama don't have to do nothing for black folks. No individual black person has the right to engage in politically irresponsible behavior that affects the entire race. Let me say that one more time, please. No individual black person, I don't give a damn what their excuse is. I don't care if the excuse is Christianity. I don't care if the excuse is Islam. I don't care if the excuse is I'm half white. I got a white mom or a white dad. I don't care if the excuse is I went to an Ivy League college.
That man has a right to speak on the behalf of
no black person.
Yeah, he got the right to speak on the behalf of his brother.
Engage in politically irresponsible behavior that affects the race.
It wasn't something that when he spoke that they spoke forgiveness for the officer killing their brother. He wasn't looking at it from a political standpoint. That was a personal.
That's irrelevant.
That's his brother.
It doesn't matter how he was looking at it, brother. There was political repercussions for that affected all of us.
That's what you say.
Wait a minute. What happened right after they forgave Amber Geiger? Another police officer in the same state murdered another sister in her house as well. Do you not understand how we create precedent with our behavior that affects the entire race? If what he said only affected him and his family, it would be acceptable. But what he said influenced a subsequent murder in his own area, my brother. We have to be responsible with our behavior because what you do, what I do, affects all of us.
What? What? What are you? No. What?
Only thing I'm thinking that Umar is talking about right here is because it was such a public case.
Yes.
You know, got a lot of media attention.
Right.
And the fact that you did see the brother and the family give old girl a hug and things like that.
Yes. Yes.
You know, for the world to see.
Yes. Yes.
You know, I'm thinking he coming from that point of view.
Yes, that's exactly where he's coming from. But their court case and their response to the was she being sentenced or the conviction that she received, how does that affect all black people? He is trying to make it as if one person and what they do in a situation where their brother is dead, or their son, or their brother, that their behavior has to be looked at in a political way. One thing has nothing to do with the other. Umar, why do you want to argue with this man like this? This is my real question. Why are you arguing with? You brought up this Amber Geiger thing. You know this man is going to come from a Christian viewpoint. He's coming from there. He's a Christian. This is a Christian radio station. What is wrong with you?
And on top of that, he got to look at his own self.
Oh my God.
Look at pretty much how you acting in this public setting, Umar.
Yes.
For young black boys to follow example of.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? Look at your belligerence. Look at how you coming at my man sideways like this.
So is your behavior affecting?
You think this is you think this is appropriate behavior?
Yes.
You don't think young black boys is looking at you
is this
in a negative
politically
light?
Irresponsible, Umar? Are you being politically or even are you being humanistically irresponsible? Because if people follow you, they will think it's okay for you to just browbeat this young man on his own radio station. This is his show. This is his show that he invited you on to interview you, and you are just trying to bulldoze him with this one situation where you think it's inappropriate to forgive heinous crime or heinous behavior or the killing of black people in any way. But you don't understand forgiveness, and he's going to break it down for you, but you still won't get it.
But yo, shout out to DJ Church Boy for his poise.
Oh, yes.
And his patience,
the calm demeanor.
Because
wow,
a nigga like me,
no, it wouldn't have been no more interview.
Yo,
Umar would have hung up.
I'd have been trying to jump through the phone on this nigga.
Well, first of all, who the fuck are you talking to like that? That's number one. That's what I would have said. You respect my authority, motherfucker. You on my show. Okay, if you got a show and I come on it, I'm gonna respect you. But right now, you don't talk to me like that. Who are you talking to? First, that's number one. And then if he would have hung up, then I would have just went on with a rant about what an asshole he is. Because you are just taking a subject and making it everything. This Amber Geiger thing, why are you so mad at that?
And it was just like a random question.
Yes.
Hey, check this out. I got a brother. My brother was killed. My brother was killed in 2011. My family, we forgave the person that killed my brother. What are you saying to me?
Was your brother murdered by the police? Was he murdered by a black person? Was he murdered by a white person? Give me context.
Black person.
Okay. A black person murdered your brother. Under what pretense? Was it drugs? Was it accidental? Was it a fight?
Robbery.
What was the pretense?
Robbery. Yeah, and we forgave that person. So what are you saying to me?
And y'all forgave the person.
Right.
Who was black.
Right.
Guess what? I take no issue with what y'all did. I take no issue with what y'all did. You know why? Because there is a whole story behind that brother who became that killer. He was a black male who suffered structural racism in the form of miseducation, economic castration, who knows what he went through personally in his own life, psychologically, and it was those circumstances into which he was born, over which he had little control, that led to that murder. And your family understanding that, and understanding the need for black people to forgive.
No, that's not the reason we did it. The reason we did it,
forgive.
No, the reason we chose to forgive is because it's a Christ-like thing to do. It has nothing to do with making an excuse to how the brother was grown up.
Listen to me. You forgiving a member of the African family is totally different than forgiving a killer who is part of a machine who has a deliberate agenda to assassinate black life. Those are two different things. You are confusing an individual black man's mistake with an entire system's agenda to exterminate Africans.
Now, I don't make an excuse.
You are mixing apples and oranges. Stop trying to use Jesus and Christianity as an excuse for Negroes to coon in public and make excuses for behaviors that are politically irresponsible, that have consequences for all of us, black men. Come on, brother.
So we're supposed to hate them.
You care about your people more than that. Come on.
So we're supposed to hate them, even though they've wronged us. We don't
mention the word hate. So why did you say that?
Because Because when you don't forgive a person,
why did you just bring up the word hate?
Because let me answer why I brought up hate. Let me answer why I brought up hate. When you don't forgive a person and you harbor unforgiveness in your heart, that leads to what? Hate. So I'm just saying, why would I want to walk around? I don't forgive people. Listen to this, Dr. Umar. I don't forgive people for people. I forgive people for me. It's for my peace.
Brother, come on. Let me deal with what you just said. You said if you don't forgive a person, it can turn into hate. First of all, I don't agree that not forgiving someone automatically turns to hate. I do not agree with that. Second of all, we're not talking about an individual, my brother. We're talking about an institution. The United States Police Force is an institution that was created in the days of slavery to patrol and control Negro behavior so that it does not become a threat to the power structure. We're not talking about an individual. Amber Geiger was not acting as an individual. She was acting as part of a machine. A machine whose intent is to eliminate black life, brother.
Hey, let me show you this.
Apples and oranges.
All right, let's put apples to apples then, okay? Let's look at it from
They show us apples to apples now.
Okay, let's look at it from my narrative. You say that Amber Geiger was acting on behalf of an institution. Well, let's look at the people that crucified and killed Jesus, who was acting also on behalf of an institution. It was not just one man that wanted Jesus killed. It was an institution. Jesus yet still forgave the institution.
Turned him into the white man.
He forgave the institution.
Malcolm and King and everybody else was murdered. A group of coons. Okay? It was the elder Hebrews who turned that brother into the devil to be massacred. That is nothing new. We've seen it play over and over and over again. So what are you saying? We're supposed to forgive the murderers of our leaders? Huh?
It's not that.
No, sir.
It's not
that is politically effeminate behavior.
It's not that we're making an excuse or we're justifying their behaviors, but we do have to come to a place of forgiveness. That's the right thing to do,
sir.
Dr.
You do
Umar.
not forgive enemies. No, sir. You forgive within your race because your race is not your enemy. No matter what you do to you, my brother.
So you're going to die harboring unforgiveness.
But for a police,
you're going to die.
Assassinations are not accidents. Police assassinations are not accidents. Police assassinations are not accidents.
The people who killed my brother wasn't an accident.
If you followed the Amber Geiger trial, you would know that right after she murdered Botham John, she expressed no remorse for the murder at all. Did you see the text messages? Did you see the phone calls that she made, my brother? She wasn't sorry for what she did. She even made racially hostile comments about black folk.
Is he high? I think Umar Johnson may be high.
Straight trying to dissun DJ Church Boy.
Yes. Oh my God.
You know, as
allegedly.
As if every suggestion Church Boy is making is ridiculous.
Yeah, and he's not even
Boy,
listening.
Are you out your mind? Yeah, you hear what you are saying?
Yes,
Get the man.
Yes. He's insulting him on every level here. He has, this man opened up and said that his brother had been shot. And Umar just said, and by who? And who was it? What was the context?
My thing is,
damn.
Umar, you come on this radio station, and I know it's for promotion.
Yes, of
for
yourself.
Your lecture or whatever you had going on down there. To me, you just came like you always come, ignorant.
Yes, completely ignorant.
It's your way or the highway. You think you're smarter than everybody who you talk to.
Yes.
Making up words as you speak.
Yes, he do that. He make up shit all the time.
Yo, it's like, you think niggas can't, read in between the lines?
Well, first of all, this whole situation where DJ Church Boy spoke about his brother being murdered, Umar showed no empathy. He had a lack of any kind of consideration.
You ain't here, I'm sorry for your loss,
yes,
brother.
None of that. I think Lennon Honor spoke about that too, because he reviewed this interview as well. This man went right into questioning him about what was going on with your brother and the guy and the killer. Was it about drugs? Was it having to do with an argument? Or what was going on? Nigga, my brother is dead, okay? And the guy, props to DJ, church boy. He is the most patient. He got the patience of Job, because you gonna talk about my dead brother, and this man, you gonna tell me about the killer and his upbringing and all. You don't know this man. You don't know that you don't know he's from this country. He may have been an African.
Nah, that's my brother Bobby.
You are stupid.
Hustle man.
Yeah. But this was outrageous. It gets more and more convoluted as it goes. I cannot believe Umar Johnson straight told this man, listen to me about your own situation. Listen to me. Stop talking and listen to me.
And you notice how Umar always got to make it a black and white type situation, yo.
You don't forgive your enemies because they
white.
Give
up on his agenda,
no,
yo.
They white. Don't forgive them, but you forgive your African family. You always forgive them. Wait a minute.
Even though they dead fucking wrong, yo.
The African family shot my brother.
Right. That shit ain't got nothing to do with race at that particular
no,
time, yo.
No, absolutely not. Because
that's black on black crime.
Well, that's crazy everywhere. People who are committing heinous crimes, murder, killing folk, rape, whatever is happening. If you find it in your heart, and basically this is the problem. Umar don't understand the word forgiveness. He don't know what that means. If you say, okay, you know what, I'm going to let that go and just forgive at this point, that is an individual choice. You cannot dictate to people who the fuck they forgive and what the fuck they do in their situation that's obviously trying and traumatic. Botham John's brother just lost his goddamn brother. So for you to sit up here and say you are acting politically irresponsible, you're just a damn fool.
But Umar, talking about irresponsibility,
what
about the irresponsibility of you not washing your goddamn hands
Lord.
after those pisses and shits, man? What's up with that irresponsibility?
Yeah. What about the irresponsibility of the $750,000 you collected and still, what is today, January 12th, 2020, still haven't opened up a school? I think that's hella irresponsible. Let's move on. Some more.
And they don't give a damn about us.
And that's why we don't justify.
Around like you forgiving killers of black folks is why they're going to keep on killing us, because they know they can get away with it and be forgiven before they even commit the act. Come on, brother. Come on.
I disagree with you, Dr. Umar, but let's move to something else. Because you had
and
said,
that's why we need the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy, because you was conditioned to believe that way. Botham John's brother was conditioned to believe that way.
That's right. See, you're right.
That mindset is a byproduct of public school and Sunday school. It is the black church and the white public school who are in cahoots with each other to brainwash every black male in this country and turn us all into politically effeminate Negroes.
Yeah, but they're not going to be able to turn every one of us into that. And also, even for those
comments you just made was politically effeminate.
No. I think that's
your. You gotta forgive police killers, brother. They've been killing us for 400 years. Are you out of your mind? You got that much forgiveness in your heart that you forgave every single one? Everyone since the beginning of time. And the sad thing is,
how many times shall you forgive your brother?
That's not benevolence, brother.
How many times? 70.
The man's supposed to protect the community, brother. The men are supposed to protect the community. If you running around forgiving the killers, who gonna protect our women and kids? You out there forgiving. Don't nobody be forgiving on a war field, brother. Come on. We going into 2020. We got to wake up and change that nonsense. We love everybody but ourselves.
I think the biggest difference is that my beliefs are built upon Christ's principles.
Your religious beliefs
exactly
are blinding you to our political reality. That's all it is.
I mean, you could say that because you don't understand.
Your religious beliefs
you don't understand my views
to our political reality
because you're not a Christian.
You don't understand white supremacy, because if you did, you would know that the Bible has no place in how we deal with racism, because the Bible does not address racism. We have to address racism.
Yeah,
and I don't need a 2,000-year-old book to tell me how to survive and protect my people.
You gave a lot of respect to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. earlier. And he built the civil rights movement was precedent upon what? What did Dr. King teach? What did he teach? The Bible.
What did he teach?
The Bible.
I ain't got a problem with the Bible, brother. Marcus Garvey was a Christian. Bishop Henry McNeil Turner was a Christian. Henry Highland Garnett was a Christian. I'm giving you the fathers of Pan-Africanism. They was all men of the church, but they wasn't running around forgiving Ku Klux Klan. They wasn't running around forgiving the police for killing black folks. They was standing up and fighting back. That's what they was doing.
Dr. King was a non-violent activist.
They believe in your same book that they behaved the way you behave. No. They did not behave the way you behave.
Dr.
And
King,
they did not think the way that you think. The Bible is neutral. It's how you use the Bible. I don't have a problem with the Bible, and I don't have a problem with Christianity. I have a problem with weak-ass black men who use the Bible and Christianity as an excuse not to stand up and stand out for their people.
You stand for something, Dr. Umar. But you got to also realize that your lenses aren't, you don't pick up everything. And I noticed that this morning. There's some things that's out of your view. And that's what I'm trying to show you. That
nothing's out of my view, my brother. The problem is
you're not seeing it all.
Your religion provides you with a tunnel vision that doesn't allow you to see the context and what's going on.
I see everything.
Like, look at our conversation right now. Look at our conversation.
I see everything you're saying, but it's not making.
But look at the conversation.
And you have
for the past 10 minutes, we've been debating forgiveness of police assassination. Why in the hell is there any black man in America wanting to forgive a police assassin for doing something they've been instructed to do and have consistently done for 400 years, and yet your religion has brainwashed you into believing you have to forgive police assassinations on behalf of the United States government? Lord have mercy. We pray to the same God now. Make no mistake. We pray to the same God.
I'm not sure about that.
Christ, but we still, well, see, you're not sure about that. You know why? Because you love white folks so much that you now have to disengage from your brother.
It has nothing to do with white or black. It has to do with love or hate.
It does.
It has to.
Yes, that's where you're wrong. That is exactly where you're wrong.
I'm saying love, and you're speaking hate.
White or black. Can I ask you a question then?
I'm listening.
We 20% of the country. Why we ain't got 20% of the banks? Why we ain't got 20% of the police force?
You spoke that earlier.
Why we ain't got 20% of the government jobs?
You spoke that earlier.
Why we had 20% of the presidents? Why we don't own 20% of the hospitals, 20% of the supermarkets, 20% of the car lots? You know why? Because there's one race who has created a system to permanently disenfranchise the other. It is about black and white. And the reason you can't see it is because that damn book you believe in, not the book, the Bible's innocent. The Bible's innocent. Because Marcus Garvey believed in that same Bible you use. But your conditioning, your particular conditioning makes it almost impossible for you to see that you are being used as a weapon. The way you think is being used as a weapon against your people.
Uh-oh.
Yo, this nigga got the audacity.
He's unraveling. Uh-oh.
He got the audacity to tell my man how he feels
is
wrong.
Yes. He did that. He contradicted himself in the same sentence.
Yo, he dissed the Bible and
that
then come
damn
back
Bible. Oh, wait a minute. The Bible is innocent.
Marcus Garvey was a Christian.
He was Christian. Yeah, I ain't got no problem with the Bible. I ain't got no problem with
Christianity. He's still dissing the Bible.
But constantly. That damn book. Oh, wait a minute. Whoa. The Bible is innocent. Yes, man. Marcus Garvey was a Christian. I ain't got a problem with Christian. That damn religion got you conditioned to the point that you are a weapon. You don't even know that you are being used as a weapon against your own people. Yeah, he's unraveling right here. This is the point where all logic goes out the window.
Yo.
The little bit that he had, the tiny bit that he had is gone.
Cocaine is a terrible drug.
Yes, I think he died. Allegedly. I do. He's talking out of his head. He's talking around and around in circles. He straight told this man, that damn book, you have been, and he keeps calling him effeminate, insulting him personally. What is happening? Yeah, Umar's high. I believe he's high right here. Allegedly. Some more, and this is a doozy.
Dr. Umar, I got a question for you. I'm through with politics. I want to know, how do people...
We never through with politics, brother, because everything is political. But go ahead with the question.
I'm definitely...
You saying that was political.
I'm definitely through with the religious talk. because
the religion, the most political thing in the black community. When y'all get rid of that white Jesus, then we can talk about religion.
Who said he was white?
He's not white, but I'm willing to bet if I go to your church, he's white. If I open your Bible, I bet you he's white.
Nah, you probably got some of them.
I go to Florida, I bet you he's white. Don't you sit here and lie to me. You know like I know. I done spoken damn near every state in this country and on every continent on this planet except for Australia. 99% of all Jesus images in the black community in the world is white. You know it and I know it, so stop that.
All right, so how do people receive you, man, when you go into churches? Because I disagree with the things.
They love me. I'm a breath of fresh air.
Let me finish what I'm saying here. I'm making a point.
I'm born on the day of Jesus Christ, August the 21st. According to the Urantia Bible, Jesus Christ was born on August the 21st, brother. I come on the same day as the Christ.
I disagree with the way.
December 25th is not the birth of Jesus.
Listen to me,
Jesus
Dr. Umar.
Leo. That's why they gave him frankincense and myrrh and gold when he was born, because frankincense and myrrh and gold is the elements of the Leo child.
You can't tell me nothing about Jesus, Dr. Umar.
Let's drop the fact. December 25th ain't got nothing to do with the birth of Christ.
Nobody says it does, but you can't tell me anything about Jesus with the point of view that you've given me today. You can't tell me anything about Jesus.
Conditioned, my brother.
And not only that,
conditioned with a docile Negro version of Christianity.
Dr. Umar, I'm gonna say this, man, and we'll shut it down right here. I think that it's a disgrace to bring you in the church, man. So I think we're going to switch that event. I'm going to go talk with the pastor, man. It need to be outside because I disagree with the way you have spoke this morning, man. And you talk good about a lot of things and you woke.
Well, you know what?
And you educating a lot of people.
And you know what?
Listen,
shame.
Let me talk, bro. I listen to you, though. Nah, you need to be out the door with that, man.
Of a nigga you are. You know why? Because I'm coming down there to help our parents help their kids.
Yeah,
and
but you can't help us. No, you can't help us by telling us to not forgive. You can't help us by telling us not to forgive.
All respect for you.
Well, I lost mine for you about 20 minutes ago.
And I'm the only person that can help their parents help them. And because I don't agree with your damn religion.
No, we want to help.
I don't agree with your religion. You want to get the event. You ain't nothing but a coon and a nigga.
No, we want to help.
I'm off this show.
Bye.
Damn.
But yeah, this is y'all black leader though, right?
Yeah. Oh my.
But this is E and J tearing down the black man though,
yes,
right?
This is us ruining a good man. Oh my, you resorted to name calling like a child, like you in the schoolyard, like you on the playground, brother. You called him a nigga and a coon.
Well, we tearing down the black man. We're tearing down the black man.
Yes,
we could put out any other type of content.
Yes.
But you know, when we focus on Umar and all
people
his,
got something to say. That's Umar. He trolling us. He's trolling. Umar's trolling. It's him. That's him.
It's crazy with these comments, yo.
Yeah,
but I love it, yo. Keep
it up. Bring it up. Bring it on.
Hey, we read it all.
We read it all. Yes.
But that just lets you know you clicking on it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, but Umar resorted to base level thinking. He called this man a nigga and a coon. Shout out to DJ Church Boy.
Yeah, for not getting low as Umar.
That's phenomenal because I ain't that good. I would have called him everything but a child of God.
It's almost like Umar came up on the show with some type of agenda
or some kind of
animosity against my man.
Why? Yes, this man has never done nothing to you.
Yeah, because as the conversation was going on, he started to get more and more belligerent against my man.
Yes, that cocaine was kicking in, allegedly.
Well, he's supposed to be there to promote the shit.
Yes, he's promoting himself. This is, wow. Hey, what you thought was going to happen? And this, you know what? I picked up on something just now. DJ Church Boy did not cancel the event just then. He said that you should keep that shit what you talking outside, that it's a disgrace for you to come into church. If Umar Johnson had been listening, he would have came and talked, but it would have been outside. It wouldn't have been inside.
But he's so feminine.
Yes.
And stuck up and caught up in his emotions.
That's it.
To where now he like, yo, I'm out of here.
Yes.
You are a coon. You are a nigga.
Yes.
Everybody a coon and a nigga because they don't agree with your views. Get the fuck out of here.
I know. And your views are flawed.
You was a sucker, yo.
He really is. The way that you think is flawed. You are not thinking clearly, Umar. If you knew what the definition of forgiveness was, then you would not be on this brother like this. And he's a Christian. Come on. This don't make no kind of goddamn sense. This is just Church Boy with his commentary and some phone calls. Some people calling in about this.
So there it is, Dr. Umar Johnson, y'all. So that's a good thing that we have set up these conversations to be able to understand exactly what the thoughts are. And I'm going to be speaking with that ministry over there that have set this up and make sure that he's not coming inside of the church, because we don't agree with it. And we totally disagree with anyone that says that you are supposed to harbor unforgiveness. You're not. And so don't let anybody tell you that. We understand what the scripture tells us. Let me see, we're getting a phone call here. Is he calling back?
No, this Deacon.
Hey, what's up, Dick? You on the air now?
I would like to know what church he's going to.
Man, this guy probably don't go to no church, and he's really woke on a lot of issues, but when it comes down to religion, he lost.
Yeah, I can hear that.
Yeah, he lost. And I'm gonna talk with the people that organizing that event, and I'm gonna make sure they know that he don't come inside of their church.
Yeah, that sounds like a good thing.
You gonna say something else?
No, that's all I want to say.
Okay, all right. Thank you. All right, so we here, and we're going to wrap up this conversation. And remember, y'all, you don't let anybody tell you to harbor unforgiveness. It doesn't matter. The Bible let us know. St. Matthew chapter 18 and verse 22. How many times should you forgive? 70 times 7. That symbolizes that we have entrusted God to fight our battle. All that he's saying, he's not winning no battles. So apparently what he has isn't fighting for him. We continue to trust and put our confidence in the Lord, and he fight for us. Vengeance is mine, said the Lord. I would be out of place to try and fight. Good morning, caller. You on the air?
Good morning.
Hey, talk to me, baby.
Good morning, church.
Hey, what's up?
I understand. I hope that you get this cleared before this thing come up on the
28th. It's gonna be.
I'm serious. I'm telling you, I've already done my homework, and I'm not a part of it. Okay.
Hey, Mama, how you doing, baby?
Mama's doing all right.
Yeah,
I'm doing good.
Yeah, I'm gonna be talking with Rip, and I think, and I know that the people that organize this event, we're gonna make sure they know that this is a good event, but have it out the doors. Don't bring it in the church.
That exactly. Thank you.
Yeah.
Have it out the door.
And that's
and
it.
Let him have his free will to speak outside.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, Mama. Thank you.
Don't
Bye.
use God's house for that.
Exactly. Bye. Good morning, caller. You on the air?
Good morning, church boy. How are you?
I'm well.
All right, happy holidays to you. First of all, I'd like to commend you on your patience with that gentleman that you was talking to. I'm pretty sure if that would have been me, I would have hung up a long time ago in that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you be blessed, brother.
All right, thank you. God bless. Bye. Well, I want to hear the brother out and everything, and I'm not, as the Bible say, quick to anger. I just want to make sure that I understand and that there ain't no winning, and maybe we could try and win the brother over, but we have realized that it isn't. Now, again, the brother is woke on a lot of things when it comes to talking about what's happening in our schools. I enjoy listening to him. I enjoy hearing him breaking down how things have systematically been set up to hinder our communities. But I don't enjoy anyone that will try and teach me that it's okay and it's the right thing to do to harbor unforgiveness, because it's not that I've been taught that or conditioned, as he said, to think that way. It's that I know from experience, when you harbor unforgiveness, it hinders you in your life. It had nothing to do with just religion, because I have experienced that. And so, we're not going to have that type of teaching or anybody that can blatantly say what he said. So, and we finna end the conversation. But I'm excited again that it's the holiday season. It's Christmas Eve. Don't y'all go out and remember things that people have done to you. Y'all forgive them and forget that stuff. Even if you can't forget it, you forgive them. Don't you harbor that in your heart. It doesn't matter if it was an institution. It doesn't matter if it was systematically set up to hurt you. You still got to release it. Until you release it, you can't come to the Lord. He already said, until you get that ought that you and your brother got, don't even come to my altar. So that's what we are saying to him, till he could get it right. Don't even come to the altar. Go and get that thing straight, man. And so I hope that the event will still take place out the door, though.
Okay, do you see how he was still trying to say something positive about Umar Johnson? He still was trying to give him a little bit of props about how he speaks as far as the school systems and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, the basics that everybody already know. If you've been through the school system,
if you got kids,
and you got children going through the school system, you already know.
You know what it is.
This shit is, it is what it is.
And a lot of what Umar Johnson preaches is false. That ADHD thing, that's his whole spiel about that is incorrect. So, you know what? Again, shout out, props to DJ Church Boy. He really did not fire Umar. He said he can't come into church because he's a disgrace. He said he should keep that shit outside. This is, wow. But in the meantime, we're going to look at the definition of forgive right here. We want to make it clear as far as why Umar Johnson is so against this. To forgive means to stop feeling angry or resentful towards someone for an offense, flaw, or mistake. That's something within. I think a lot of Christians actually have this mixed up. But DJ Church Boy had it right. He said to Umar, who was not listening, I don't forgive for the person, I forgive for me. I can't walk around harboring hate like that. Umar's confused. He's ignorant and confused. And he just wanted to argue with this young man.
Yeah, but if you kill one of my damn family members, especially my brother, I am not forgiving shit.
Well, you know what?
I ain't no Christian, so
once again,
that shit don't apply to me. No, I'm gonna have fucking hate, revenge is gonna be mine.
All of that, yes.
All that.
Well,
fuck all that.
See, and you know what? That's your right.
Yeah, that's my.
But if you are Christian and you want to forgive, that's also your right. That's why Umar Johnson is so flawed and backwards in his thinking. You cannot tell someone they are politically irresponsible because they are doing as they would like to do with their family member being deceased. His brother's dead. You can't understand how this man may have been outside of himself. This is too much. I can't believe it. For you to call someone politically irresponsible, Umar Johnson, you do not take care of your children, okay? Don't you dare fix your mouth to say somebody is any kind of irresponsible. You are number one most irresponsible person on the planet. Umar. Oh my goodness. I can't believe him. This is too damn much.
I don't even have nothing to piggyback off of that.
Well, that's because that's all. That's it, and that's all, as my daddy used to say.
Well, that's what it is.
Nigga. All right, we're going to just put up some attributes that we saw throughout this interview. Umar Johnson overtalked this man on every level.
That's just what he do because he think he's smarter than you.
Yeah.
And plus, he's a so-called doctor, so I can't be wrong.
Well, and he proves himself to be as ignorant as possible because he won't shut up. He won't even let nobody get nothing in edgewise. He just overtalked the whole interview. He was absolutely 100% completely insulting this man. He kept calling him effeminate.
Because he's a nigga.
And a coon. Umar insulted him on every level. He said his version of Christianity was weak and effeminate. I didn't know there was versions of Christianity. It's something else he made up.
Yeah, he used the fuck out of me.
He was belligerent.
That's what he do. When some shit don't go his way.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
He acts very emotional.
And this man was
like a feminist.
Yes, like a woman. This man was respectful. He gave him all the time he wanted to talk, and he just was as rude as possible. He lacked empathy.
He ain't say, "Yo, I apologize for the death of your brother and what your family may have went through."
None of that. He didn't even acknowledge the fact that this man has had a family member to be shot and killed. Umar Johnson is not a psychologist. He is absolutely not a doctor. Anybody with that kind of training would have kicked right into psychology motivation. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry to hear that.
He is just a nigga.
And a coon.
From Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
That's all. That's it, and that's all.
Scamming.
He's childish. Give me my name, you coon, you nigga. That's okay, your mama. That's what children do. That's what we do on the playground when we mad at one another. No, you cheated. No, that's wrong. You nigga. Get my face, nigga. You coon. Well, maybe not in these days. But yeah, those are words that children use when they mad.
Sucker.
Oh my God. And he's wrong. He's absolutely 100% wrong. You do not have to harbor hate in your heart. You can forgive these offenses that have been put on you. Even if somebody has killed you, obviously it is possible to forgive. If that is not something you would do, Umar Johnson, then don't do it. But you cannot tell and dictate to people what the hell they do in a situation. That's their shit. You have to accept reality. Even though you said you don't have to, you do. If people want to do a certain thing, want to be a certain way, that's what they're going to do. You are not nobody's daddy. And the people that you are daddy over, you don't take care of.
We seen the docket, kid.
Yes. You about to go back to court. But that damn child support. Why don't you pay your child support, man?
Public record, yo.
On the other hand, we want to talk about some of the attributes that DJ Church Boy displayed. He was patient. The Lord knows this man got patience I'm not aware of. I couldn't have been this patient because I would have cussed Umar all the way out and just hung up on him.
Well, I think, too, with the patience comes, he's, kind of like been in this situation before.
Probably, yeah, being the host, yes.
So basically, you do give, people the leeway.
Yeah, and he certainly
because
did.
You want callers, you want listeners.
Yes.
So, entertainment purposes.
True. And he did an excellent job. He was so patient. He was calm. As Umar was continuously baiting him. When you called me effeminate, I was the nigga, who you talking to? Who you talking to like that? A feminine motherfucker, let me see you in the street. I swear to God, there's no way you could have called me weak. Okay, yeah, that couldn't have been me or my husband. You could call him a feminine. Oh my God, yeah, I would have stopped packing up my stuff because I know it's gonna be a fight. There's no way.
When he's the emotional one.
True.
He's the emotional one in the whole situation.
He has no emotional maturity. As Leonard Honor has said many times, he lacks emotional maturity. I love the way Leonard Honor put this. He said when he gets upset, when Umar Johnson becomes upset at someone, he no longer is using his intellect, his frontal lobe cortex. He's not using that. He's pulling from the conditioning of his subconscious that he has been accustomed to. Whatever he has come through, whatever he has come from, his norm, his go-to, he goes to that. So he's not thinking anymore. He's just blurting out shit that he's used to saying to people. This is who this nigga is. And for his daddy to get on the internet and say, that's not who he is, he just may be upset. No. You don't know your son. Obviously, you don't know this grown one. You may have known the child. But this grown man is a over-talking, insulting, belligerent, lacking empathy, childish, wrong-ass nigga. DJ Churchboy was intellectual. He spoke about situations from the Bible that he pulled from his experience as being a church boy. He talked about how Umar Johnson kept referring to Amber Geiger as being from an institution. This is a machine she comes from. She's been trained to do this. Well, the people who killed Jesus Christ, that was an institution as well. Yet Jesus found it in his heart to forgive them. Umar never let him get that out. He couldn't even finish. The point was, just because it's an institution doesn't make it any different from being an individual. You can still forgive.
Yo, can't nobody control the way you think, yo.
Thank you. Oh,
can't nobody get inside your damn brain and control you. Yo, this is the way you do this. You know, we're not robots, yo.
No. And for Umar Johnson to think he can control people just because he can speak well, it's just ridiculous. You have no power over the way people react or what they do in situations.
The nigga can't really even speak well.
He really don't.
He goes around in a circle.
Yes.
He makes up big words that don't even fucking fit in what the idea what he's trying to bring at you.
Right. He makes up
like he just be making up big words and shit, and it don't got nothing to do with the question or what the hell he's talking about.
Exactly. It sure don't. And this is my thing. His thinking is so flawed. How can you say that the actions of one black person affects the entire black community? That's insane. You're telling me if I forgive my assailant, this person who killed my brother or whoever, if I forgive them, then that makes every black person feel the same way. People are individuals. They got their own mind. You cannot dictate how things will go or how people will react. People are not robots, just like my husband said. So that's just dumb. You're just a stupid fool. You a nigga and a coon, Umar. Okay, back to DJ Churchboy. He was also open. He gave the incident of his brother being shot, and Umar just ignored that. He did not even comment. He just went on into questioning about the killer. DJ Churchboy was sensible. He made sense with the things he was saying. He was not convoluted, and he did not contradict himself in the same sentence. Did you hear Umar say, "Oh, it's because you go by that damn book"? Oh, wait a minute, the Bible is innocent. Marcus Garvey was a Christian. Churchboy was sensible, and Churchboy was right. He's right. And whatever he said, like my husband said, we are not Christian, but we can respect this man's viewpoint. We respect his right to say and do and feel exactly how he wants to. That's just what this is. That's
the bottom line, yo. Ain't nobody trying to impose their will on nobody.
No. And the fact that Umar Johnson thinks that he can do that, you are really just the more of the conditioned one. All right, so this is what happens with the slightest pushback.
An irate, indiscriminate, stupid, blatant meltdown.
That's what blatant meltdown. Sorry, honey. Yeah, that's what we get.
I can't even read this shit right there.
I know the font is kind of fancy. This is what happens with the slightest pushback. An irate, indiscriminate, stupid, blatant meltdown.
For the coon and the nigga. For the coon and the nigga. For the coon and the nigga. For the coon and the nigga.
I'm going to use that as my ringtone.
For the coon and the nigga. For the coon and the nigga. For the coon and the nigga.
Okay, we out.
For the coon and
So, if you enjoyed this video and want the hilarity to continue, please support our channel by donating at PayPal.
Also, if you enjoy this video and want the hilarity to continue, please support our channel by donating that Cash App. That's $ENJ Podcast 1. So,
yeah.
Basically, if you coming from church,
okay,
you ain't give the pastor the Father's Day, Mother's Day,
building fund,
Ladies' Day, ladies with the best hat, men with the best suit,
okay,
donation plate, whatever lint you got in your pocket.
The lint. We don't want the lint though. No.
The lint with the pennies.
The pennies. Okay, we'll take the pennies.
Oh, you know how them the old guys be having like a $1.38 for change in their pocket.
Got
We'll take the $1.38. That's all I'm saying.
Yes. We appreciate anything. We are not going to blame you because you ain't gave us enough. We are not going to call you trifling. We are not going to build a school. We going to do none of that.
And we ain't building no church.
No.
I mean, no.
No. I ain't going to take too much of your time. We can do none of that.
No, but if y'all, in all seriousness, if y'all want to donate, here's all the places you could donate to us to support the channel. We will appreciate it.
Yes, indeed. The buttons to donate are located at the top right-hand corner of our YouTube homepage. So hit them buttons. Hit them a whole bunch of times.
So with that being said,
you've been listening to Let's Get Into It with E and J. Bye.
Bye, bitch.